Well, there's a major intrinsic difference between how men carry their emotions versus women. I'm sure this is part of your program, and you address this.
I address it on all levels. What happens is women become very strong and empowered, and in doing so, they actually become more feminine and clear in the way they deliver a message, and they're clear in the way that they stop giving and they start to receiving, and they don't let people, men or women, intrude on their private space. Four things that send women to the psychiatric crouch is no time, hurrying up, pleasing others, and no time. You see? And what people don't know is another thing that happens for men is when they're not being respected, they decide to leave the environment and work, have extramarital affairs because the women that they've become involved in have lost respect for them because they don't require men to solve problems or to take action in their relationship. Their terminology is always from their male side, as if they're talking to their child that they want and think. They're not saying I feel or I don't want or this would be uncomfortable, because when women are able, even if they're strong, if they're able to express feelings, then men are able to track them and know how to give or take away from them. And the women might accept the offer or not the offer, and they might say it's uncomfortable, it doesn't feel good, or however, it sounds really good, would you consider doing it my way? No, I don't want to do it that way. These are kind of endearing words to a man's psyche. But if women take the lead and keep saying what they want and think, and they close off the heart to their body, then things won't improve. So I do a lot of different events, and I see people, men or women, especially women, they show up, and they're very beautiful to me. I love women and men, academically, of course. And yet when I'm looking at them, their life is incomplete because their body is not strong enough to carry the teachings that they've learned. It's weak and stable. Their shoulders are rolled forward. Their neck is, their chin is almost touching their chest. They're condescending. There's two things that happen. They either condescend, they're trying to be cute like their little girl, okay, to appear more feminine, or they're ball-breaking women who just run you over like as if you crossed the street without seeing if the red light is green. So my program allows you to be a better person on all levels, and it allows you, the world, to send you lots of beautiful gifts and soft music and conversations. The program is conscious bodybuilding, and it is a meditative state. And when people come to see me, I have loads of opportunity to explore what's really going on in their world. And I am not a doctor, but I am intuitive, and we've been highly, highly successful in moving forward in the body design formula. And when I see women that are very successful, but they've neglected their body, and they're stuck, they don't know why that happened, and I'm looking at them, and they could be, they're 20 years older than they ought to be. And if I kind of like pose the question to them, they'll say, I don't feel that way. I don't look that way. Are you addressing me? Well, indirectly, yes, I am addressing you. And it's not negative, because I'm alerting them that at this time in their life there is something to do, but you have to be open and ask clarifying questions, especially if it's a male person you're addressing. Women do not ask clarifying questions. They either take over the ship or they go brain dead. In my conversation, my whole system is about actually empowering women. I want the whole world to know about conscious bodybuilding, the yin and yang of strength training. I would love if women would come forward and hear my voice because I am speaking the truth. There is no commercials here. There's no hype. There's no gimmicks. This is not personal training where you're coming into the gym and I'm sending you through a series of exercises, and what you don't know is, because you don't know, you're not really educated, I'm creating an activity where you're doing several different types of movements, maybe a weight training movement and then an aerobic movement like running up and down the stairs or walking lunges. And what you don't know is you are now creating a schizophrenic brain. The gyms today are, some of them are good environments, but they're not always safe because the people that run the gyms are there to make money. And there's actually a conflict of interest between the trainers that are hired by the gym and individual contractors. So strength training once was the building or the environment that you go to enhance yourself as a person, kind of like building tools that you would rebuild a building. Okay, you wouldn't use a rake that rakes up the leaves. Yet this is happening in the gym, where when you go to the gym, it's so diluted with choices, as if you went to a massage parlor and you're doing all different types of massages, that is defeated the very purpose that the gym is there for men and women. And if the gym environment is, let's say it's very noisy, or men are screaming and yelling and they're not acting in a good way as comradeship, the women actually do not ask the management for things to be better. They actually shy away and become victims. So the gym, unless you're educated, is not always a safe place to be. So a question that might come up is, well, I have a German Shepherd. Well, if I have a German Shepherd, you can have a German Shepherd that knows nothing about or educated, so he's just like a dumb dog. He's lovable, right? But if you send to guard school and he comes back, now he stands by your side, his ears perk up, he's like your best buddy. He'll guard you till he dies. So that's the point that I'm saying is that education is like crucial, not readily available to men or women when they enter a gym environment. It's not readily available from the mouths of therapists or chiropractors, and it's not readily available through yoga masters or any of those methods. And yet, it all enhances everybody's work.
So, Stephen, listening to you now, I think you've just defined the whole program for me and for other people who are listening to you, where the conscious body building is it can stand alone by itself as one multi-dimensional program and process to improve one's health in mind, body, and spirit. That's quite remarkable. I don't think you won't find that category anywhere in the world, and you're providing that.
Yes, that's correct, Romel. Thank you for having that insight. I wouldn't say message, the information and the requests for support from the outside world into making health exercise through the body design formula a wise choice.
Do you give free consultations, Stephen?
I don't give free consultations, but the consultation is $295. If they prepay on the website, it's $125. And I do spend 2 hours with the person, and that's with me. We do take photos. I personally take the photos of your body so that we can put it up on the screen and show you factually how it could be better or where you're possibly at. And my program is something that actually puts everything back in balance. It's the program that you do when your life is in a crisis. Because when you strengthen your body 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%, even if you worked out once a week, that strength could handle emotions and address problems and solutions for an entire month. So when people come in, they say, how many times a week do I train? Well, I don't answer that question because that's based on performance. If I get you to fall in love with an activity such as the Body Design Formula, and every day you wake up and you could be just naked in your bed, you don't have to look like a bodybuilder and feel on top of the world, you'll be back at the gym and maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You know, when men are older, not older, but when they're in their 50s, they don't know, but they need to train their big body parts because it releases endorphins in the body. And the legs must be trained only once every 4 or 5 days. So when they go in the gym and they hire sometimes a personal trainer, they try to be like they're 20 years old. It's your body has 2 heart rhythms. It's not really productive because women get into their older years by finding fun things to do intellectually. So my program is perfect for them. And men get into their older years by finding fun things to do. So my program is perfect because my program is fun, enlightening, and a wonderful journey into what lies ahead for you and the possibilities, and you become smarter, more creative, more committed to being a better listener. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, yes, Stephen, this is a unique program that's very promising, and I think it's what people need right now, especially in these times of a lot of stress. I'm sure they would like to check out your website, too.
Sure. There's consciousbodybuilding.com, okay? And the second website is bodydesignformula.com, and the phone number is 424-245-6560. I do answer my calls back, providing they leave a return phone number. I'm more than happy to spend time with you.
Well, thanks for having this conversation with me, Stephen, and thanks for answering my questions.
Romel, certainly great speaking with you. As you know, I had spoken to you on the phone, and you actually thought you were coming to a gym.
Yes.
So you were pretty surprised that you actually came to my office, which is attached to flamingoqueen.com, and we have a professional dance studio here also. And you were just like blown away about the work that I've accomplished and seeing the results in photos. And you even mentioned to me that you thought that I was a world-class healer. So I want to thank you for that compliment.
Absolutely. I think no one can do all these things if one were not spiritually grounded. And actually, that's what we call a healer. That's what a healer is.
Thank you for your time today, and you've been a most gracious guest. As you know, closing, there's 3 things to know what makes a person successful. That means that there's a mindset. That means that you have a mind to be healthier or seek the best avenue for you particularly. Mindset. Environment, that means that are you walking outside, or are you doing a home gym, or are you going to a professional gym? And that has to be investigated because maybe the equipment ergonomically is not suited for I won't say condition, but the equipment you need to improve your body's structure. And then the last thing is, which is super important, that's where Body Design Formula comes in and conscious bodybuilding comes in, is the educational part. I developed a system based on strength training. We send you to school to learn how to use the program. So as little as 3 days to 2 weeks, it depends how much time you give me. You could be exercising in a wonderful environment with no trainer and taking control over your life and being 60 to 70, 80% physically stronger so you can do your job or position or your life without being exhausted or people actually stealing your time. And the next show, we can, if you are kind enough to tune in, we will be addressing these issues of how body design and conscious bodybuilding you can use to enlighten your relationships. So it's not just talk, it's actually physical action, and we're all warriors inside, and taking action is kind of exciting because doing is achieving it. And it'd be great to write the management or to check into I Am Healthy Radio when these shows will be scheduled. And I'm looking forward to audience participation and for you to spread the word about consciousbodybuilding.com and bodydesignformula.com. If you would like to reach me by email, then it's bodydesignformula@gmail.com or consciousbodybuilding@gmail.com. Show website is IamHealthyRadio.com. So you've come to the right place if you want to move forward in your life, because I'm Stephen Hercy, and I'll take you to a place that you didn't know was possible.
You're listening to I Am Healthy Radio, broadcasting from Los Angeles to the world and back.